Hello, and welcome to not another sealed only Yu-Gi-Oh! Challenge, which is, of course, another sealed only Yu-Gi-Oh! Challenge. My name is Treeborn Frog, and I look forward to sharing months of disappointment with you all. The rules are simple. No trades, no buying single cards. All our cards must come from official Konami sealed products. However, because that isn't enough of a waste of money for me, there will be no structure decks and no guaranteed card packs, such as Duel Devastator. We're going with a £25 per week budget because I'm a bit poorer than Revs. The goals? Number 1, we're going for the top. The final goal is to top a world championship, and I plan to go on with the series until that is achieved. That's right everyone, this will be a never-ending path to my own annihilation. Number 2, have fun. I've always loved opening sealed product, so why not turn that love into something purely self-destructive? I am just returning to the game after around a 6-year break. I never had much success in competitive play, but I did top 8 at regionals once, so, you know, I'm a pretty big deal. And now, the unending nightmare begins.
So, since this is episode 1 and we are starting without structure decks, I decided the best thing to do would be to take 1 month's budget, so £100, and invest in, not 1, but 2 boxes of Fists of the Gadgets. Now, it's a deck building set, so it's probably going to be the easiest thing to get a semi-coherent deck out of. We're looking for Fire Fists, and we'll see how we do. So let's start by getting one of these boxes open, which I've always been awful at. I'll just go through a few packs and then I'll just show sort of more interesting pulls because it's 48 packs, it'd be long and pretty fucking boring. So, right hand side first, as is the proper way. I'm not sure if the secret rare is at the front or at the back, but we're about to find out. And it's at the back. So we've got Mythical Beast, Master Cerberus, Prohibit Snake, Dynamite, the True Draco Fighter, Amorphage Goliath, and Archfiend's Ascent. So that's a fantastic start for Fire Fists, as there was none. Pack number 2. We have Scrap Recycler, which is a nice super. Latency, Silver Gadget, Bear, so our first Fire Fist, and Peacock. So there's one thing that bothers me about Peacock, and it's not because she's a woman and she's a Fire Fist, totally fine. What bothers me is that she's a peacock and not a peahen. Konami had the opportunity to give peahens some representation, which they never have, and yet they missed the mark. Pack 3. Gold Gadget, Shooting Code Talker, Rooster, nice, Boot Up Order Gear Change, and Tenki, which is fantastic because we need 3 of those. The Hidden City, Swap Cleric, Green Gadget, Prohibit Snake, and Boot Up Admiral Destroyer Dynamo. Boot Up Order Gear Charge, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, Subterror Final Battle, Dynamite Knight, the True Draco Fighter, and Fire Fortress atop Liang Peak. Now I think this card's probably terrible, but we'll play around with it and see how it works. Subterror Fiendess, Power Hold the Moving Battery, Yellow Gaji, Brotherhood of the Firefist Rooster, and Ultimate Fire Formation Sinto. Red Gaji, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, Talkback Lancer, Gorilla, and another Peacock. I think we probably only want to run her at one, so any extra copies are just Binder, Shine. A Cardinal, which is nice. Ooh, a Joe Exotic, Bear, Elphase, and another Build Up Admiral. Gorilla, Goliath, Chronograph Sorcerer, Code Talker, and an Eland, which is the Ritual one, which is nice. Again, probably just wanting to run one of him, so we've got the copy we need. True Draco Fighter, Signet Conflict, Signet Optimization, Gold Gaji, and a Panda, which is very nice because I think we probably want to run him at 3. Ooh, shiny, shiny. Spirit, Swap Cleric, another Joe Exotic, Code Talker, and Archfiend's Manifestation. Signet Optimization, Majesty Maiden, Amorphage Goliath, Subterror Final Battle, and a Fire Formation Domain, which is the Ritual spell, which is quite nice. Okay, that's the first 12 packs. Now let's go on to the next. Swap Cleric, Fire Formation Tensu, which will be a 3 of, so that's nice. Spirit, and the third Peacock. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Cardinal, Red Gaji, Subterror Fiendess, Signet Optimization, and another Tanky. That's pretty sick. Another Joe Exotic, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, Yellow Gaji, another Fire Fortress atop Liang Peak, Yoko, Green Gaji, and Ignis Heat the Draco Warrior. Be interesting to play around with this one. He's fire, at least, and he can be tribute summoned for a continuous spell, which we will have plenty of. Final pack of the first box. And it's going okay. Power Hold the Moving Battery, Gorilla, Fire Formation Tensu, Elphase, and a bit of Order Gear Force. So, none of Eagle, which is probably the most important card, but we still got one more box to go, so I'm going to crack that one open, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so here's the second box, 24 more packs of Fist of the Gadgets. We're also looking for Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Elephant, which is probably again a 3 of. Secret, so unlikely, but we can hope for the best. We've got Swan, which is the Ritual summon, which is nice. Not Ritual, fucking Fusion summon, I'm a douche. Yellow Gaji, Rooster, Defcon Bird, Swap Cleric, and Code Radiator. It's a nice one for Cyberse, not so much for Fire Fists. Fire Formation Tensu, I think makes the playset, which is nice. Spirit, Yoko, Latency, and Engine, which is the Fusion spell. We've got Ram, which is nice. I'm not entirely sure what it does. I will be reading through the cards properly. I know, a Yu-Gi-Oh player reading. Got all the gadgets though. All the gadgets you could ever need. And another Tenki. I think that's our playset now, so that's fantastic. Power Hold the Moving Battery, Built Up Corporal Command Dynamo, Cardinal, Red Gaji, and an Elephant. Excellent. Just need 2 more of him, and that'd be swell. Happy we got at least one though. I know it's one of the shorter printed cards in the set. 2 more packs. Come on. He's an eagle, an elephant, a panda, you know, any of the useful ones. Silver Gaji, School Code, Code Talker, Morphage Lechery, and a Ram. So I think we've got at least a playset of Ram now, if not more. Final pack. So we've got Mythical Beastmaster Cerberus, Prohibit Snake, Dynamite, Amorphage, and an Engine. So, no eagle, one elephant, one panda. Definitely going to have to be opening up more of this set. I'll be back once I've had a wee play about and figured out our first 40 card pile. Okay, so here is our initial 40 card pile. For the Fire Fist monsters, we are running the one elephant and the one panda that we pulled. We're also running 2 eland and then 3 of pretty much everything else. So we've got 3 gorilla, 3 bear, 3 ram, 3 spirit, and 3 roosters. So those are the Fire Fist monsters that we're running. There's a little bit of brickiness in gorilla and bear for sure, but we'll eventually replace them and work it out. And we're also running a small little True Draco engine, if you will, simply because they can pop our fire formations to normal summon themselves, and if it's popping something like Domi or Engine, we get the effect off it. So we get the 2 Majesty Maiden, because they let us search, 1 Ignis Heat, and 1 Draco Might Knight. These pretty much are just big beat sticks, and they do use the normal summon, which isn't fantastic, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Spell-wise, we're running 3 Fire Formation Tenki, which is the Searcher, 3 Tensu, which gives us an extra summon, 2 Domi for the Ritual Summon of Eland, 2 Engine for the Fusion Summon of Swan, 2 Fire Fortress atop Liang Peak, because we need 40 cards, and 2 Fire Formation Yoko, again, because we need 40 cards. Yoko really sucks going first, so it's probably not going to stay in, but at the moment it's what we've got. Trap-wise, we are just running the 3 copies of Ultimate Fire Formation Sinto. It's a spell trap negate, it's not really great at 3 of, but again, we need 40 cards. For the extra deck, we are running 3 Tiger King, or Joe Exotic, 3 Cardinal, 3 Peacock, 2 Swan, and then 2 Code Talkers and 2 Rasterligers. Purely because that's the cards we have. So the deck does have some plays. It can spam out quite well. I've done a little bit of play testing with it. Managed to get up to like 7 counters on Fire Fortress Top Liang Peak in 1 turn, which is quite nice because it lets us add a Beast Warrior from deck to hand. But yeah, we're just going to have to play about with it, see what we can do, and then figure out where we want to go from here with it. So next up, I'll be doing some gameplay. Unfortunately, in Scotland, there are no locals at the moment because of the thing. So it will just be on EDU Pro because I'm a filthy casual scrub. See you then. Game 1 against Player. We lose the rock, paper, scissors and are made to go first. We draw Tenki, which is nice, so we activate Tenki, searching out Elephant. Then we normal summon Ram. And then... yeah, that doesn't hurt at all. That's fine. Okay. Game 2. Again, we lose rock, paper, scissors and are made to go first. We open with Eland and Domi and Tenki. So we activate Tenki and search out Ram. And we're going to normal summon Ram once we get him into our hand. There we go. Normal summon Ram and activate his effect. And that's met with an impair. But that's fine, so we just activate Domi and then go into Eland by pitching Majesty Maiden and the Ram. And that's the turn. We've got Eland on board, and Rohart, our opponent, is playing Mech Knights. So he special summons Purple Nightfall, sets 1 back row, and special summons Indigo. Then moves to the battle phase, trades the purple for our Eland, and then swings in for 2400. There we go. That's the end of his turn. We popped out Spirit, which is probably the best draw we could get. That lets us special summon Ram from the grave. And then from that, there we go. We activate the effect Ram. Set another 10 key. You're thinking about Yoko, but you have to discard a card and we have no cards in hand. Activate 10 key. And then we add... Who do we add? Spirit to hand to set up for next turn. So we link off into Peacock. Peacock attacks in, activating her effect, which lets us pop the Domi to take control of Indigo, which he promptly moves zone, because why not? Might as well. So we steal his Indigo, and then activate Domi's effect to summon Eland, of course, from the grave. And we replay, so we get in for 1200 and 2600 for a grand total of 3800 damage. And then wait for this next play. You're gonna love it. It's a sick play. We then link off Indigo and Peacock into Code Talker because that's what we have. There we go. Pass and turn. Another Nightfall coming out. He activates Nightfall's effect to banish it and get a Blue Sky to hand. He then special summons Blue Sky, activates effect, and that does draw out our Eland Negate. We pop 10 key to negate that effect. And then he plays Alistair. So it's invoked to make money. Alistair's effect brings Invocation into hand. You'll then link off Alistair and Blue Sky in a set. Anytime now. There we go. Into Predaplanet Verity Anaconda. And then activates the invocation, banishing Blue Sky and Alistair to fusion summon Makaba. Mekaba? Makaba? I don't really know. Invocation effect, add Alistair to hand. And then, yep, Predaplanet's effect, turn Eland into a dark. And then Predaplanet's second effect, pays 2000 life points, and gets Super Poly from his deck. And then Super Poly's in to Starving Venom, Fusion, Dragon, which is sitting at a pretty 4100 attack. Goes into the battle phase, attacks over our Code Talker with Mekaba. I'm going to stick with Mekaba, I think that sounds better, right? And then we're wide open for a 4100 attack. And then he activates Alistair from hand, giving it an extra 1000. And we die. So that was game 2. Then game 3. Okay, go first this time. We win the rock, paper, scissors. We open pretty decent, but I misplay horrifically. So I activate Tenki, get Elephant, normal summon Ram, discarding Rooster to get Tensu, activate Tensu, normal summon Elephant, then get Elephant's effect, pop Tenki, and special summon Spirit. I think it was at this point I realised that I just did something stupid. Then activate Elephant to shuffle Tenki back into deck and add Panda to hand, but there's no point because we can't do anything with them. Then link off into Peacock just because she can't be attacked while Elephant's there, and we pass the turn. The opponent uses Terraforming to get Laser Clip, so he's on Cleafort. Then Summoner's Art to add Scout to hand. Activates Scout in the Pendulum Zone, activates its effect, does a bunch of stuff, and we die. So that's the games there. They weren't great. We did technically win against the guy that told us to GTFO because he ended up getting the fuck out instead. But apart from that, yeah, 0-2. It feels fine. We kind of expected that. Yeah, so I'll go on to our final thoughts in a second, but let's just enjoy this beautiful We Die screen. Okay, so our final thoughts after episode 1 on Sealed Only Fire Fists. So what our game plan really is to swarm the board, which we can kind of manage at the moment, although we do brick a decent amount of the time. The problem is that once we have swarmed the board, we don't have anything to do with those monsters. I mean, we can go into Peacock, which there's no point on turn 1. We can go into Code Talker, who's just terrible, or like Rastal Liger. Not once there did I manage to get out one of my Ixies monsters. No, because I don't have any of the rank 3s. It's just the rank 4s. So it's... What I think we want to go towards is a sort of link toolbox. Because we can get the creatures out there. We just don't have the link monsters to do anything with those creatures. I mean, at the moment, the best board we can set up is probably an Eland and a Sinto. So we've got one monster negate and one spell trap negate, which we could have done in the second actual game there, but I misplayed. It's all, a learning process. So going forwards, we're going to focus on building a stronger extra deck and working on the consistency of the deck. So we've got some thoughts going forward, which is nice. Being realistic, I'm very aware that Fire Fists will not take us to a WCS top. It's a starting point. It's a returning for me. It's a archetype that I'm semi-familiar with. It was popular when I used to play, and it's fun. So once we've got this built to the best of our ability and we've got it functioning as well as possible, we probably will be looking to shift on to something else. But by that point, we should have a decent amount of staples and extra deck monsters that are more viable. So yeah, that was episode 1. Hope you enjoyed my terrible voice and my terrible deck building. And if you want, you can subscribe and come with us on this journey of a noob in Yu-Gi-Oh! Thanks for watching.